In this lesson, we are looking at extending index laws. When you taking any base to a power, it doesn't matter if it's a fraction, if it's a pronumeral, you follow the same steps as you would do with integers. We explain this with a couple of examples. Example 1, evaluate 2 on 3 to the power of 2. So here my base is 2/3. So it means that I need to times 2/3 by serve twice. So that becomes 2/3 times 2/3. You times the numerators, 2 times 2 is 4, and times the denominators, 3 times 3 is 9. So 4 on 9 is our final answer. Example 2, evaluate a on 3 to the power of 3. Again, the same rule, the base is a on 3 and the power is 3. So it means that we got to times a on 3 by itself 3 times. So I change it to 4. A on 4 to the power of 3. So a on 4 to the power of 3 means a on 4 times a on 4 times a on 4. So you times a's together and you times the number 4 in the denominators together. So a times a is a cubed, and 4 times 4 times 4 is 64. Example 3, evaluate 2 times d to the power of 3 on 5 to the power of 4. Again, my base is this denominator. My base is this fraction. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to times this fraction by itself 4 times. So d times d to the power of 2 times d to the 3 over 5 times by itself 4 times, like that. Now, you times the numbers, 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 gives you 16. And d cubed times d cubed, you add the powers, d to the power of 6. Again, another d cubed, that becomes 9. And another d cubed, that becomes 12. So basically, you're adding all the powers of d. So that gives you d to the power of 12 in the numerator. In the denominator, we are timesing 5 by itself 4 times. That will give you 625 if you put in your calculator. Last example, evaluate m times 5m cubed to the power of 2. Here, my base is 5m cubed, but also I have to times the result by m. So that's the question. That becomes equal to m times. Now, 5, when you got a bracket like this taken to a power, everything inside the bracket is taken to that power. So remember, there is a times between 5 and m cubed that we don't write. So 5 is taken to the power of 2, and m cubed also is taken to the power of 2 to get rid of this bracket. So now 5 squared is 25, because 5 is taken to the power of 2, that gives us 25. We already had an m at the start, and then we have here power to another power, so 3 to the power of 2. So 3 times 2, you times the powers. That gives you m to the power of 6. Now we got 25, and you got 2 m's to times together. 1 is to the power of 6. This one is to the power of 1. You need to add the powers. So 6 plus 1 is 7. So m to the power of 7. That is all for this lesson. Thank you for your attention.